I'm Kelly from Kellie Miller Arts down in Brighton in Market Street in the Lanes, and I am so excited about the exhibition that we are hosting here. It is called Materialise, and we have two amazing artists. One's called David Haywood and the other one is Sue Jameson. Now, of course, we all know during the pandemic that a lot of exhibitions, galleries and museums had to close. So this is our first exhibition since the pandemic and the first exhibition of 2021. And it is a particularly special exhibition, I'd like to say, and I hope you're going to feel as excited as we do. Materialise is basically an exhibition that we've mounted in collaboration with the artists. What we wanted to explore this time around was the idea of materials, the use of materials, the use of the idea that the artists who predominantly use their materials to produce their works. Now, we have here like David Haywood's work. He works with a material called an encaustic, and it's a combination of wax and oil paints. And he scrapes back, layers up, and keeps working on each piece, and they evolve. He'll even work on pieces after he's produced them and then reworks them. So it can be a series of lots of history and time over a long period. Likewise, marrying up with Sue Jameson, she works in a similar way, but it's with ceramics. So she's using a combination of slips and glazes, but in a way her work has a little bit more of a technical element going on, because with ceramics she's working almost a little bit blind, because she has to lay up the colours and then she has to rely on the kiln to then reveal a lot of the marks and the information that she's put onto the raw clay. What we've also done with the exhibition, which we haven't done before, is try to incorporate the artist's materials, tools and tests. Like we have here some of Sue Jameson's materials that she might use. There's a language going on, a language of not only materials but also of feeling and energy in both these artists' works. So it's very interesting just to see the sort of stages that they both go through with some of the display. So with a lot of Sue's work, she will have words stamped into the works, or she might write, like you will see here, along here. Some of her pieces, she's got two types of work going on. She's got these pieces that almost, I feel, have evolved. So we first had the idea for the exhibition based in 2019, and of course because of the pandemic we've had to reschedule. So it's been a long time to come into fruition. So it's been interesting for us to see that from some of the works that she started with, she has a lot about human relationships goes on with her works, and it's almost a sense of this sort of piecing pieces together with almost like a patchwork of piecing pieces together to evolve these sculptures. And then she then adds the heads to it, which gets a bit more of emotion and more interaction that's going. So we've then got this sort of evolved stage of her works where she started to do this, at the moment, these smaller scale pieces of work, where she's then telling us almost, she's removed all the armour, the protection, and we've just got these pieces of work that almost become naked, and the glazes are the suggestion of remnants of what's going on inside and out. So I found that very interesting because we've had more time with the exhibition and the evolving of the creations of the work, that we can then see a transition from what her initial stages and her initial thoughts. Just likewise with David, he has a similar process going on here. He's evolving with these materials and working with these materials and revealing sense and scraping back as he's working, and if he doesn't like, he's standing back, and it's always a sense of time. You know, I believe that, you know, because they're free flowing with the work and the materials, that it's so spontaneous that in that moment at any given time, if they would have started the work at a different moment, the piece of the work would be very different. I'd like to then bring you across to, just so we can explore and see more that's going on in the exhibition. So again, just revealing more of the process here. We've got elements of David's working materials. He's the tools and the apron that he works with. And what is also lovely is we've got displays of his paintbrushes. As you can see here, it's like it's almost an installation, but how his materials, the wax, have set the brushes and make them no longer usable. I can imagine he goes through quite a few paintbrushes by the looks of this. But again, we're able to see how he's working. So we're down here in Market Street. The exhibition continues through to the 7th of June. We've made the exhibition a month, which is not we usually only have a 2-week span for exhibitions. But it's enabled you to be able to enjoy the exhibition, but also help, hopefully, if you're able to come and visit us. So we look forward to welcoming you to the exhibition and for you to meet and explore and enjoy the works.